It has a tie to ecological dynamics. And if anybody's been following the research on ED, and there are presenters at conferences here that will speaking to that, I would recommend that you understand this learning theory, folks, if you're into training, because it has a huge impact on what we do in a law enforcement space. In authentic assessment, it was the actual concept comes from the 90s from a researcher by the name of Dr. Grant Wiggins. And he was looking at it, of course, from a public education standpoint. He's an educational researcher. And what he was looking at was look, it was originally called alternative assessment. And if you compare that to what we traditionally do, like if everybody that's listening or watching this stops and thinks, and I ask this question, well, how do you measure performance? How do you test your students? And if we pause and think, there's probably going to be some sort of written exams. There might be a DT skills checklist, which is what we are doing with some of these components, for example. On the range, we're going to use scoring targets, right? On the track, you're probably going to have a timer. We even have fitness tests. We can do X number of push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, time runs, all those things. And those are our benchmarks. They're something we quantify the learning in some fashion that we can replicate that quantification. Now, the problem is if we're just doing it that way, if we're not actually assessing them, which is what Grant Wiggins said, if we're not directly examining them under the conditions under which we would expect them to apply the knowledge or the skill, we're failing them because when that actually happens, they won't be able to do it to the level to which we thought we were showing them because we were showing them under artificial conditions.